Hello everyone, this is Madan. How are you all doing? In this video, we will see who is Al-Qaeda chief Ayman al-Zawahiri, how long he was hunted, how the United States planned his assassination, and the missile that killed him. The sun was rising and it promised that the temperature on that day will be high. It was early in the morning in the posh area of Sherpur in Kabul, where many high officials of Taliban live. That's where the most wanted man in the world stepped onto his balcony to enjoy a crisp dawn breeze. That man was Ayman al-Zawahiri. He was earlier living a harsh life in mountains, valleys and caves, and after Taliban had formed the government in Afghanistan, al-Zawahiri chose to ditch his hideouts and live in a posh, luxurious residential place. The house is in a quiet, closed neighborhood with only two entrances. If one is able to control those entrances, the whole neighborhood can be controlled. It was a surprisingly careless decision for a terrorist who had spent his entire adult life playing a game of cat and mouse with international authorities. But Ayman al-Zawahiri, who wore disguises and hid in caves, he had relied on a network of loyalists to stay alive. And you know what happened? He risked it all for a breath of fresh air. It would be his last. Al-Zawahiri and his men thought that they had control on the ground. However, the deadly trouble came in the form of a drone and its missile. At exactly 6:18 a.m. in Kabul, al-Zawahiri stood on the balcony of his safe house. The US Central Intelligence Agency was watching and waiting. An unmanned drone flying in the skies above Kabul fired two Hellfire missiles. US officials claim it was a precise and calibrated strike targeting only one man. It was a result of countless hours of intelligence collection over many years. He believed that nobody would ever be able to track him down. But he was wrong and he was assassinated. It is worthy to note that reports say that the house is owned by a top aide to Shirafuddin Haqqani. Haqqani is a senior official in the Taliban government in Afghanistan. So, who was Ayman al-Zawahiri? Ayman Mohammed Rabie al-Zawahiri was an Egyptian-born terrorist and doctor who served as the second leader of Al-Qaeda until his bin Laden's death. Al-Zawahiri graduated with a degree in medicine and a master's degree in surgery. He was a surgeon by profession. He became a leading figure in the Egyptian Islamic Jihad. He played a role in assassination of Egyptian President Anwar Sadat. He had attacked the Egyptian embassy in Pakistan. He was a close associate of Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. He was a mastermind of various groups' operations. He was not a military man by background, but he was one of the big brains in terms of being a strategic thinker within the Al-Qaeda. He merged the Egyptian Islamic Jihad with Al-Qaeda in 2001 and formally became bin Laden's deputy in 2004. He succeeded bin Laden as Al-Qaeda's leader after bin Laden's death in 2011. In 2011, the US announced a prize money of $25 million for information about him.
How did the US plan the assassination? US has intensified its effort to eliminate terrorism after 9/11. After bin Laden was killed, it was taken over by al-Zawahiri. But America did not rest. It started to track and wanted to eliminate him too. The search went on for 21 years. A breakthrough came earlier in 2022 when US counterterrorism professionals discovered Zawahiri's family, including his wife, daughter and grandchildren. They had been relocated to an urban safe house located in a suburb, popular with Taliban officials in Kabul. It took several more months to confirm his presence. President Joe Biden was first briefed on the situation by his national security advisor in April. He updated Biden frequently as the intelligence evolved. Once Zawahiri arrived at the location, CIA said that he did not, ever, leave the safe house. One of the intelligence analysts said, "We identified Zawahiri on many occasions. He spent a lot of time on his balcony." Then analysts mapped the property. They noted its occupants and the terrorist leader's daily habits. They also paid close attention to the hideout's layout and construction ahead of a possible operation. CIA and Pentagon did not want any information to be leaked by inside member or any spies in the agency. It was a close circle of top officials who planned the operation in secret. They were updating the president throughout May and June. On 1st July, Mr. Biden was told about the proposed operation to assassinate Zawahiri by key members of his cabinet. It included the CIA director, the Director of National Intelligence, and the National Counterterrorism Center Director. Mr. Biden was shown a model of Zawahiri's safe house. He asked detailed questions, including about the structural integrity of the building. Mr. Biden told them strictly to minimize the risk to civilians, including Zawahiri's family. In a subsequent meeting on 25th July, Mr. Biden received a final briefing on the intelligence assessment. Then he ordered a precise and tailored airstrike as soon as there was an opportunity. After searching for nearly 21 years, the moment arrived in the early morning of 31st July. The terrorist leader stepped onto his balcony for the final time and he was assassinated by 2 Hellfire missiles. He had spent many years hiding in remote areas of Pakistan and Afghanistan. He successfully escaped the watchful eyes of international intelligence agencies. But he was killed in his very own balcony of his house. Let us now talk about the missile that killed him. The US government has developed a specially designed, secret missile for pinpoint airstrikes that kill terrorist leaders with no explosion. It will drastically reduce damage and minimizing the chances of civilian casualties. Hellfire missile is an air-to-ground missile later developed for precision drone strikes against other target types, especially high-value targets. High-value target means most wanted men or terrorists. It has a multi-mission, multi-target, precision strike ability. It can be launched from multiple sources like air, sea, and ground platforms. It can also be fired from the Predator or Reaper drones. The Hellfire missile is highly accurate and will strike within inches of the target.
The variety of missile that killed him is called as R9X. Both the Central Intelligence Agency and the Pentagon have used the missile while keeping it highly secretive. Instead of exploding, it is designed to plunge more than 45 kg of metal through the tops of cars and buildings to kill its target without harming individuals and properties close by. The missile can also be fired from a Predator drone. It has no warhead, but it deploys 6 blades which fly in at a high speed, crush and slice the targeted person. It also has a nickname. It is called Flying Ginsu. It is named after a variety of Japanese kitchen knives that slices cleanly through aluminum box and still remain perfectly sharp. It is also called as ninja bomb because, just like those extremely efficient and silent assassins, this missile kills with high precision with its blades. Hellfire R9X is a little more than 5 feet long and weighs just over 100 pounds or about 45 kilograms. It doesn't leave behind any signature like burned out shells or mangled marks. The last feeling a targeted person will feel as if a 45 kilograms of rock has fallen on his head from the sky at the speed of more than 1000 kilometers per hour. It also comes equipped with a circular form of 6 long blades inside the body. Just a few seconds before the missile strikes the target, the blade pops out and cuts to pieces and shreds anything in its path. After being released in the air from a Predator drone, the motor in the missile is fired to guide the missile towards the target. The target will be marked by a laser in the drone, and in turn, the drone will be controlled from ground. The combined speed of drone's motor and the gravity means that by the time the missile reaches its target, it is traveling at the speed of sound, and it will give little time for a target to try and evade the missile. The speed of sound is 1225 kilometers per hour. Now we have to analyze the after effects of assassination. Already Taliban officials and terrorists of Al-Qaeda are planning retaliatory attacks against America, its officials, and even ordinary citizens of America. Terrorists are basically cowards and they attack and kill innocent civilians. Another important information is that several top Al-Qaeda officials are already escaping from Kabul and going to other safer options like mountains and caves. They are also moving into Pakistan. Let us end the video here. Thanks for watching the video till the end. Please like, comment, subscribe and share the video widely. Thanks once again. Take care. Bye bye.